Brian, you just revealed that Masahiro Tanaka had an MRI on both his wrist and also his elbow. The elbow revealed a little bit of a strain of his forearm, the wrist negative. How much concern is there that this is all a result of his prior injury with the elbow?
It's hard to say. I mean, the elbow tests out fine on the physical side, and the MRI shows no changes. So the elbow and the player conveys it feels great. He came in today with a wrist complaint. It's the first time he's ever raised any issue. And so we were able to clear the wrist on the MRI, which was negative. They called it tendonitis just because it's point tender. Maybe it's from throwing so many split fingers, I don't know. But the MRI did show a very small signal for a forearm strain. So the combination of the wrist complaint and the very small signal in the forearm strain, makes us shut him down.
I know you've said this is the first time you heard of this. Was there anything that you saw on the mound last time he threw that would have led you to believe he was feeling something?
No, he's been great. In his last bullpen session after the start, Larry said was tremendous. So it's a surprise, but it creates an opportunity for somebody else to hold it down, and we'll get him back. That's the one thing is, it's a timing issue, and, it'll heal up, and it's a very small issue, but, because he's a starter, it'll take a little time, so we'll just get through it. You
had just said you're not sure if it's maybe the amount of splits he's been throwing lately, the way he's been throwing them. Does he need to change the way he pitches, you think, to avoid some of these injuries?
No, I don't think so. I just, we're just speculating what's causing the wrist issue, because the wrist issue, the complaint of just having a sore tendon on the wrist is not something we're used to hearing. So it's more of a speculative part. And I think the player, without a doubt, feels like he could pitch. But he had just had the complaint, and it led us to finding a few things that, caused us to take a step back to protect him.
Where do you go from here as far as the rotation? The team is concerned. Where does he go from here as far as rehabbing?
Well, we're going to shut him down for a minimum of 7 to 10 days and see where he is after that, get the throwing program going if he feels fine. So he'll stay back when the team goes on the road. And Whitley's here, and hopefully he can hold down the fort. We got guys on the horizon like Capuano, who's just starting his rehab process. So maybe sometime in mid-May we'll see him, and Nova sometime in June. And we got Brian Mitchell down there, so we're just going to mix and match it, and but look forward to getting him back, and he will be back.
You had said with a starter, 7 to 10 days shut down, but may take as much as a month for him to get back if everything goes well. Are you being conservative with that? Do you need to take him even slower because of his past issues?
I don't think so. You throw the month out there just because as a starter, you take the time out, and then you got to do a flat ground program, then a bullpen session, and then a rehab start, and it all adds up because you have to push it out every 5 days. So that's the only difficulty side of it, is just it's more of a timing thing. But again, the good news, despite the problem of putting him down on the DL today, is that this is a small issue that once it's healed, we'll get him going again. And we already know what he's capable of because we just saw it here in the first number of starts. So
you look at this team; they've been playing good baseball lately. How tough is this to have this happen when they've been playing so well?
It's part of the baseball season. We're not going to be able to keep everybody in line, and that's why you have to have depth, and that's what you have to turn to people like we did today so far with Whitley, and they they're all going to have an opportunity. We just sent down a kid named Petit to make room today for Whitley, and I told him before he got sent out, like, hey, you helped us in the win column. We're in first place, and one of the reasons is because of your play. So, you helped us out, and that's so other people are going to get those opportunities too. So we have depth, and we're confident we can hold off.